Card on. All right, we're January 10th. Group ride. Should be cool. Lake Overstreet. Been here once before, at least a small part of it. I think I got it on digital. How do you like that fat tire bike?
It's comfortable, but it is slow.
Okay.
My ankles work hard compared to my other bike.
I gotcha. Hills are probably a... Oh, wow.
I mean, it's got bounce to this thing.
You could climb over cars with that thing.
Yeah, and my back doesn't hurt anymore. But you know, you'll see it when I start going uphill. I'll be the last in the pack.
Okay. I like it. I like those yellow rims.
Yeah, I do see it. And it's heavy too.
It's what too?
Very heavy.
Oh, I believe it. Hi.
How you doing?
Total distance 1 mile. Total time 16 minutes and 6 seconds. Cruise speed 3.7 miles per hour.
You warmed up yet?
Hands are cold, but other than that, I'm doing good.
Oh, sorry.
So we haven't met yet. I don't think I'm Randy.
I'm Jeff.
Jeff, okay.
Nice to meet you.
If you were out last week, I didn't make it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was.
And you are?
Mike.
Say again?
Mike.
Mike, okay.
Yeah?
Hard to hear with all the stuff on my head.
All right.
So I changed out, Mike.
So, while we have an intermission, I've got a public service announcement to make. This coming Monday, I think it is Martin Luther King Day. And we have an annual Martin Luther King Day ride out at the St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge. If you have never been out there, it is absolutely beautiful. It is flat. There are no black diamond nothings. The only thing bad about this ride is the distance you choose to go. And that is variable.
Unless you're afraid of alligators.
Yeah.
There is wildlife out there, and you get a great opportunity to see the wildlife. Gators, hogs, deer, otters, eagles. American bald eagles are absolutely gorgeous.
And one pink flamingo.
And
the lucky one.
one pink flamingo.
Wild hog.
Possibly an ant, maybe, I don't know. There might be two.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking there were two of those little triangulaires.
I may see a person take
So,
me out.
Being a national holiday, it is a no fee
When I
to
come
get
off call,
in.
you
Real
want me
next, they're real close to
where?
Then I must
My
have
house.
just not noticed.
Oh, yeah.
Then that's what I'm
I think my son.
The ride usually starts at the
Not for
pavilion,
riding, but it's just an amazing place.
whatever is the actual name for it. What's it called?
The Visitor Center.
Visitor Center. Thank you.
Visitors Welcome Center.
And it is a 1 mile on the road ride till we get to the first off-road section, and that is a straight shot from there, 8 miles out approximately, to a bridge called Pinhook. And then we turn around and we come back in. If you just want to do the Pinhook section, that's a really decent ride. But we'll be turning south on the way back in from Pinhook, going along the levees, and that's where the really beautiful vistas come in. So I highly recommend, if you've got this coming Monday free, to come and join us. So, end of announcement. I'll be making a Facebook event out of it. Normally we have a cookout afterwards. There's a campgrounds just on the north side of the highway when you're turning into the wildlife refuge. I don't want to have a cookout because of the COVID thing. But there we have it. All right, that's the end of public service announcement. Awesome, and thank y'all for, we're our third stop from now. We'll have 2 between now and then. We're going to be right back here, and we will be going that direction. So when we get here, we'll stop here, I guess. Are we going to try and session that, or is that too tall?
Too tall.
Okay, all right. So. Hey, Andy. Well, we'll be back here soon.
Hey, Kurt,
So
what
between-
what time do you think it's going to start on Monday?
I'll get all the details on the Facebook event.
Later today.
Yeah. From here on out, it's stay to the right. So if you come to any place where you could choose, go to the right. Woohoo! Come in there.
There, can we go?
It's just right here. Go to the left.
Clearly, where it helps to full suspension. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Yeah. Whoa. A little close. Just if my pants are up, they'll blend right in with my underwear. That's how that felt. Thank you.
Yep.
Because it's kind of good.
I gotta tell you,
Yeah, I'm warmed up.
Yeah. I was thinking that. Shot ahead of me. I was like, he's warmed up.
yep. Probably buying yourself and start taking shit off.
Eric, this is Amy, Eric.
Hey.
You never catch him.
Yeah.
No.
Unless he wants you to.
Well, if it's grand, I never want
No.
But occasionally on the hills, the long uplifts, you get lonely.
Well, it'd either be alone my thought or
Yeah.
go grant bitching, so.
Yeah. You have a lot of dark stuff.
Olivia. Oh, sorry. I know we do it before, but her name again? Tanya? Tanya. Yeah. We liked your page. We liked when you did in that group. I know. Like we could keep up when we were accomplishing something. Now they're all like, yeah. I decided not to work in the past by being
I am starting to warm up. My hands are feeling better now. That first few miles.
I might at some point.
Never mind. That first few feet. Oh my god, no. We got 1.99.
We have a Knight of the Templar here with us.
You're Templar?
Yeah. Didn't you see him hunting the Holy Grail?
No.
You chose
If you pedal really, really, really hard right here, you can go zoom down
Enough
this side of
Assassin's Creed, I'm supposed to kill you, I think.
Oh,
No,
the video game thing? I was thinking of the historical Templars. There was bankers, private armies,
It's going to
kings
come
of
right
Europe.
back to this multi-use.
I want to make the Assassin's Creed.
Really, the Templars, they were bankers. They weren't really badasses. The Rosicrucians, on the other hand,
There, we go back to
However,
murderous badasses.
according to Discovery Channel, you've been to Oak Island back in the day and put all of Europe's treasures underground.
Yeah, my brother's been watching that conspiracy show.
My dad got into it.
No, it was just squeaky bottom. I'm also halfway through.
I said that quietly, sort of.
Oh, wow. So you must be in the medical profession.
So if we get in a fight, I'll help you.
I know a guy.
Whoa.
Or if you are at one, so you're.
I'll run her up. Go, go.
So you want to go or you want me to go? Oh, I.
Oh my goodness. Can I blame this level of exhaustion on? The menacing speed of those ahead of me. How about that? Fun. Clink, clink.
My 510s are like, okay, so here's the deal. I have 510s. You ready? These compared to these, they have longer legs. The fact that they have longer legs is why they're tough. These, the pros, they have actually shorter legs. I've never done double time. I've never had them.
I always double time mine.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I can totally see it. I just have to do.
Double time, I fell down.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the first time I started noticing getting inside, I started double time, and then
Don't do it.
I wrenched it out. Get my first wrench out. I think they call for 5, but
I went to a lunch yesterday and looked for the 4, the 25. Well, right.
that's why I have to.
There's a lot of keep walking.
How'd that go?
Nice trail. I'm already kind of around. I don't know where we are.
I appreciate all the occult knowledge back there, by the way.
Oh yeah,
That was
I know
good.
a lot of useless things.
No, that's, you never know. Someone could drop down a helicopter now and you could be the most useful person here.
Nope, I'm pretty sure it's useless.
That little dip of roots back there. Yeah. Scott and Audrey were out here years ago, and Scott was always kind of paranoid about that spot. So it's Audrey, Scott, me. And Scott's like, I'm like, shut up! He's like, why? I'm like, shh. Let her figure it out on her own. Don't make her afraid of it before she even knows it's there. And
It's funny how much of it is in your head.
yeah, and she went right through it, and it didn't even. It wasn't a blip on her radar.
Right.
Where had he said anything like "beware of the," she would have like, yeah, that would have been a spot from that point forward.
He said he's gonna buy a mountain bike if we get a good COVID check.
Oh,
So I was like, oh.
cool. Well, if he needs some warm-up rides, he can.
No, I know. I'd love if you got out right.
Woohoo! One of the best crashes I've ever seen was on Munson. And it was Audrey. She went down on a pit of sand. And he's coming up, and in order to not run her the fuck over, he does this ninja hop, suicide. Literally, is horizontal to the ground, rotating
like
in the
6'6",
air, and
he's
bam,
a
hits the
tall
ground.
guy.
Oh, and had I not seen it with my own eyes, I would not have believed it. I'm like, that's the coolest wreck ever.
I mean, are you okay?
Woohoo! So up ahead is a sharp left-hand turn, and we're going to stay to the left except for once, because if we wind up at that stop sign that we were just at, we took the wrong one.
I don't know. I don't even know where we just were.
Now this place is a labyrinth, by the way. So from here on out, we got sharp left-hand turn.
There's the sharp left. It's a little too Rudy to keep eating. Heck yeah.
miles.
Whoa.
40 minutes and 16 seconds. Speed 5.8 miles per hour.
Got a little hairy.
To really, truly, because that's kind of what I had to do to figure out all of gold mine. Was really kind of look at it all, and I'm like, oh yeah. I still question your sanity because I'm like, you know, like one turn, I'm like, well, how do you know this is the turn? This is middle of nowhere. Well, no, I mean, I'm actually
Because we didn't make that turn one time.
I'm actually really good with, you know, like natural sort of focal points. But beyond that,
You haven't gone back in.
I was like, shh, don't say anything, man.
It was good either way. Didn't know which way he puts his head on every morning.
Well, being a robot is kind of...
Oh no, my heart rate is too low.
No, this is actually, I broke my riser. And does it just do your heart rate from there?
Yeah, just from the wrist. Got a little LED
I
doodad
was
at
gonna
the
say,
bottom.
because a couple months ago, like a month ago or 2 months ago, I got a heart rate monitor. They do. They're But a $40.
Mm-hmm.
chest one. And this morning, like many times, I'm like, put the strap on. I'm like, ah, because it's like freezing cold.
Yep.
Tell him what you want.
I used to have a really nice Polar Bluetooth one, and I left it.
And I was like,
Last I saw it.
and it's really thin plastic too. It's not like it's.
Ready to start walking over the log?
Yeah. Or if we really, no, you're not. Never mind. I'm not going to get anybody into going over. No, that's too tall. You'll be scraping by.
Now what are you doing after?
Well, this is where the vertical is supposed to be stopped.
Okay, so we're
Yeah, yeah. Standing there. And you're facing. So now we're going to go over here.
I'm with you. I'm trying to take it fairly easy today.
that was you that posted the picture of you going over your handlebars, right?
That's it. Yep.
So you survived pretty good?
I did. I mean, this is a new leg,
Okay.
but I'm good. Somewhere out there you could probably still find my dignity, but other than that, I'm good. I'm intact.
I just don't bounce anymore, so.
That's it. Well, I was feeling real good getting speed, and then I learned a lesson. Is that how brakes are supposed to sound?
For the bird call.
That's how they work. I'm supposed to get them looked at on Wednesday. They said you could leave it here, and I said if it's gonna be Wednesday, I'm good. I have a very strong tire envy right now. These feel so thin compared to those fat tires, man. Who doesn't like roots? Little bumpy. And that right there is a good illustration of the difference between riding a full suspension fat tire bike and a 29er hardtail. Close. It should have been anyways. My steadfast dedication to particular lines Cool. Yeah. It's rough.
Total distance 4 miles. Total time 52 minutes and 51 seconds. Cruise speed 4.8 miles per hour. I got bit in the head, forehead.
Just stay right.
Yes, sir. Really looking forward to itching my forehead now. Guy's talking about staying right so we get a forehead itch break. Howdy. You know this one.
Well, yeah. But I guess my thing would be whoever's in charge, you know, who's the new president and all that. But yeah. Yeah. So should she be contacting the city and saying, hey, listen, when is
How you liking it?
where is this in the
I like it. I tell you what, I rode a Redbug yesterday, and I was happy to have the new pedals there. But here, actually, with like all the little roots and how bouncy it is, I'm really feeling it more here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, all that, because I'm constantly standing up.
Yeah, with those pedals, you can actually do this with your feet and not move anywhere.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
because the one time I rode out here before, I remember that was an issue where my feet kept coming off.
now if you get some of these shoes,
Mm-hmm.
you literally will stick. And I thought they were crazy. And I no, you stick. But literally, I went to move my foot like I normally would do, and it didn't go anywhere. I had to pick it up.
It's yeah, almost like you were clipped in.
Yeah, it was almost, but yeah, your pedals usually your first upgrade. Sometimes shoes, sometimes not. It doesn't really matter. But your pedals, and then your grips, which you already have.
Yep, grips and seat.
Grips make and a seat. Yeah.
Oh, for me too with these grips. I think what it actually did was it made me just hold it right, because what I had been doing was going like this, and my hands would go numb. And so the biggest thing was that it just turned my my hand the other way, and I got a lot more hand strength now. It took a while to adapt, but
I had ergon grips. The ones I had before had a little bit longer wing, not much, but and had the little things like this,
right,
which I liked because
little bars that come out,
because it protected my pinky, but they broke after a couple thousand miles.
Okay.
So I went and I got ones like this, but purple. But
they did have a guy
when I had between those, and I put the original grips back on my bike when I was waiting for those to come in. God, my hand was killing me. Right through here, because I was putting too much pressure.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, and if you ever go to full suspension, you'll be like, what the hell took me so long?
That's what I was just thinking. I think there is one point where you got...
I have a hardtail, and I had bad back problems, right? And then I probably should have got something like that. I just wanted to correct the problem no matter what.
Yeah.
Right.
So I went here.
Yeah.
And it's like, I could ride this for hours.
Yeah.
And comfortably.
Yep.
Well, that's what happens with me is I end up, you know, standing up more to take the shock with my legs. And so it's not, I mean, if I didn't do that, it'd be hard on my back, but I just get so much more exhausted because I'm constantly doing this number, you know?
Yeah, once you go full switch, man, it's like...
I was having that thought a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
Because he flew ahead of me, and I was like, that's the difference between...
Yeah, it's like a little bitty root. And his is with the wide tires. Over stuff that I would be like, but... You can just go over stuff like one of the things with TJ when he got his full suspension, he had a hardtail for a bit, and you tend to ride around stuff because you're like, oh, I need to go around.
Yep.
Well, full suspension, you're like, whatever.
Run straight into a tree.
Well, I wouldn't recommend that. It's called a tree-assisted dismount.
Right.
Do not do that.
They don't make a bike for that one.
No. Now, coming up this way, we're about to do what they call Cambodia.
Okay.
Now, I would recommend you do that. Because it's different.
Okay.
So you're going to be doing a lot. There's a little bit of climbing, and then you go down into this hole. That's a lot of fun. You're like, then you have to climb out of that hole.
Okay, not as fun.
Not as much fun, but you learn a lot of skills because there are routes. And you're going over them, and you're climbing up, and you're doing this.
Right.
And then you go down into another hole, and this one is even holier. And then you come out of that one, and then there's this thing which is technically Cambodia. It's you can either go straight and go around the long way, or you can turn right and climb up this hill like this. And this is, if you're ever going to have a heart attack, it's right there.
because if you don't get speed going into it, you'll never.
You're
go up.
done, right? Okay.
So
Interesting.
but yeah,
Go ahead and water up with that.
so on that one, you know, if somebody's in front of you, stop and let them do their thing. And
Oh,
then
before you
try.
go. Okay, I gotcha.
Or if you want, you can just go around the other way, and it's fun too. But the part where you climb is it'll tell you right quickly how good of in shape you are.
Okay.
It also show you how good of a skill set you have when it comes to climbing.
Okay.
When you get
Interesting.
behind somebody like this who climbs like a damn billy goat.
Until I don't want to, then I'll just stop and
Yeah. But yeah, this coming up is a lot of fun.
The answer is yes. Oh, the answer
So when I